It's cool that people like my stuff enough to pay me money to do it.
From an early age, we love to draw.
I just want to draw. I've just decided I needed to pivot.
I knew I wanted to do art. I would draw all the time. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do until I played Magic. What's so special about working on Magic is that they're definitely, in terms of fantasy illustration, they're like the Harvard of games.
My first Magic the Gathering piece was actually a commission to do a set t-shirt.
So my first card I did for Magic, I think, was called Temple Thief, and it was for Theros Beyond Death, the second Theros set. And it was exciting for me because Theros is one of my favorite planes. It's one of my favorite Magic stories in general, so it was cool to be able to work on it. For the player experience, when you interact with a game where the person had fun working on it, I think it really comes through. Somehow you can feel that the person had fun and was invested in creating the thing. It was exciting for me that my first commissioned piece was in a world that I was invested in.
My first commissioned card was Supreme Well from Hour of Devastation, but it was definitely, I believe, a test. This art description was really complicated. It was definitely not what I normally draw. I think that's why it was a good test. They wanted to see if I could execute on whatever they threw me, and it worked out.
So several years back, I was sharing my art online, and then one of the emails that came out was actually from someone who was working at Wizards of the Coast, and they requested, I believe, a squirrel token art.
Magic has been around for 30 years, and one of the most special things about the art that it uses is that from day one, we put the credit of the artist's name on every single card.
So a little bit about my process. I will either do everything completely digitally, or I will separate my colors in Photoshop for the Riso printing, which is kind of like a giant Xerox machine that I'm doing a screen printing process inside of. So I'm printing one layer of color at a time. I like to use 3 colors, yellow, pink, and blue, as a kind of fakey faux CMYK.
I basically remembered a technique that one of my professors told me about layering bright colors, but he taught it to me in pastels, and he also focused on humans. I adapted it into a digital way, and that seems to have worked pretty good for the paintings.
When I started doing art, it was just as a kind of thing to aid in doing fashion design, because I did a lot of sewing and a lot of costuming growing up. I switched into trying to do art professionally for the gaming industry.
I'm a small business, and I like doing everything. When I first got to New York, I was doing as much as I possibly could. Taking on any work I could, just being part of the general illustration world so I could understand what this industry was like.
An art director works with the artists. We specifically guide them along our concept to get to the end of the art on a card.
The art directors, they know you and what your strengths are.
One of my best parts of my job is working with the artist every single day, and that's my favorite part, is finding the right person that's going to align with what I need and just letting them go.
I have had nothing but really, really wonderful art directors that are like, we love what you do. Just do what you do really well. We love these pieces. Can you do a mishmash of all of this?
Rhode Island School of Design, they taught us a lot of figure drawing and a lot of traditional painting. With that, I adapted it to digital and to animals. Put a little bit of yourself, a little bit of your secret sauce into everything.
In high school, seeing artists like Jillian Tamaki and Josh Cochran, seeing that they had a career, if they can do this professionally, really made me feel safe to pursue illustration.
Video games, Magic, all those things have historically been a thing that men do. I think it is hard sometimes to feel like you're part of the group. I tend to not really think about gender while I'm doing it, because I think thinking about the things that are hard or working against you is kind of like a trap. If you want to do the job, you just have to work past it.
My advice to an artist that wants to one day work on Magic, if you have a passion for it and your heart is really in it and you challenge yourself and you keep working at it, you'll get there.
You have to be able to be okay with somebody looking at your work and giving you honest feedback. Try to find people that will give you that honest feedback for getting better. The real secret is trying to get a portfolio review.
Most people will say no, but look for your yeses.
Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it.
Keep going.
Keep doing it and putting yourself out there and trying new things constantly.
Just knowing you can bring even just a smile to someone's day.
Oh my God, all the other artists inspire me. There's so many amazing artists that work on Magic.
The fans inspire me.
The studio is so full of so many incredibly powerful, talented women. It's been such a gift to be able to be any small part of that, but to also be witnessing that.